Good morning, Internet. This is the old fat dad. Welcome back to another beautiful day on the Goober Nation gun range. It's finally summer, which means I've got the old tactical sandals on and I got some tactical shorts on. That's right, I got the legs out, feeling good, looking good. Today we're going to take one more look at the old Federal Punch ammo in 22 LR, and I know you're thinking, old fatty, you're really milking this Federal Punch stuff, and you're not wrong, but I just keep on getting some questions and requests from you, the viewers, and they sound interesting to me, so I want to test them out. So we're going to do one more test with Federal Punch, and this time we're using pistols. And here is that Federal Punch ammo for you to see again, or for the first time if you haven't yet. It is a 29 grain bullet, and the manufacturer is claiming that it's going about 1070 feet per second. Remember, that is out of a 2-inch barrel, and in our previous test I think that we verified that we're getting pretty close to those numbers, maybe a little bit under in my 2-inch Heritage Rough Rider revolver. But today we are not using the Heritage Rough Rider. We're going to be going with the Taurus TX22. It has a 4-inch barrel, and we're definitely getting the velocities stated on the box and a little bit more out of this Taurus barrel. So the two things that were requested a bunch of times to test out with the pistol and the Punch ammo was our small game simulator, which we failed to test last time we were shooting with the pistol, and we're going to hop on the gravy train, shoot our dog food. It's got a tough, thin skin, a meaty interior, small game simulator, because it's going to be pretty close to what it's going to be like shooting a squirrel, raccoon, groundhog, whatever you go after as your small game of choice. And then we're going to go ahead and go back to the clay again. I've got about a 4 or 5 inch block of clay, and last time we were shooting the Aguila Interceptor against our Federal Punch, and I did that because of the bullet design of the Interceptor. It has a flat tip on it, just like our Federal Punch, and here is the Federal Punch for you to see as well. If I can get one out of here, come on baby. And I wanted to do that so we could see kind of apples to apples with bullet design. This is one of the things that Federal is touting with their Punch. That flat head on the bullet is supposedly better for penetration. But the other thing that people wanted to see was the Velocitor. So the Velocitor is not a flat tip. It has a nice big old hollow point in the front of that bullet. But it is a hypervelocity round going 1435 feet per second, claimed by the manufacturer. A much heavier bullet though, a 40 grain bullet. A lot of you guys really like the Velocitor. In my latest test of the Velocitor using the newer production ammo, it was wonderful, performed exactly as it was supposed to. So it'll be interesting to see how this Velocitor does against the Federal Punch out of our pistol. Let's go ahead and start with dog food, our small game simulator. We're going to go ahead and load up one round here of the good old Punch ammo, and then we're going to pop it and see how it does. When I shot this last time with the rifle, it blew up all over me. It was a huge mess. I'm hoping it's a little less reactive out of the pistol. We've got it a little farther away. Let's find out. Here we go. Oh! That went flying up in the air. Let's check it out. And here's that dog food lying on the ground, and you can see that there were much less explosive results than when we shot it with the rifle. That's the exit right there. and that's the entrance. So there's probably a little bit of expansion there, but definitely not the total destruction of the can that we saw through a rifle. Let's try out the Velociter. All right, now we got one Velociter. Gonna load it up in there. Take a shot, the old gravy train. See how the Velociter compares to the Punch. Here we go. Again, we got a jumping can of dog food. Let's go take a look at the damage. And here is that can of dog food we just hit with the Velociter. We got our entry right there and our exit out the back. And I'm gonna say that looks pretty close to the Punch. We'll put them on the table and look at them side to side. Here's our two cans of dog food. We've got the Velociter over here and we've got the Punch over here. And there is not a whole heck of a lot of difference on the exit side. Maybe a little more damage going to the Punch there. I think the entrances are also fairly similar. Punch maybe has just got, Punch over here has got a hint more damage, but I gotta say, not a whole heck of a lot of difference. Now we got the dog food done. Let's move on to our clay here. Got the Punch up first. We'll go ahead and load one round in here. Ooh, tapped the wrong way there. There she goes. And we'll see what kind of results we get. Now today is a good bit hotter than the other day. We're averaging about 90 degrees. The clay is going to be softer and it's going to be more liquidy. So the results are going to look a little different from our previous test, but that's why we're going to test two kinds of ammo at once so we can compare them to each other and we're not comparing the results from today to the results from the other day when it was cooler. All right, that's a whole lot of talking, not enough shooting. Let's hit this clay. Here we go. Uh-oh. Guess I should load around in there. All right, here we go. Pretty big hole. Let's check it out. Well, the Punch ammo lived up to its name. It punched all the way through our clay there to the other side. Luckily, it didn't have a whole lot of energy left there, and I was able to find our little Punch bullet, and it has expanded quite nicely there. Got quite a mushroom there, and it did a very respectable amount of damage to our clay. Let's test out that Velociter and see how it does. Okay, next up is the good old Velociter. Load her up here. We'll see how she compares in our clay to our Federal Punch. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Interesting results. Let's go check them out. Okay, here's our clay. We've got the Punch over here, and we've got the Velociter over here. This is oriented with this side up when we shot it, and I believe that's why we got the bigger cavity here. This was against the table, and it probably kept it from expanding as much, but the results are the results. You can see the Punch has a bigger entry hole for sure. Here's the interesting part. Let me flip them around. Can you see the differences in the exit though? Just a tiny little hole out there with the Punch, whereas our Velociter has got quite a bit larger hole, maybe 2 to 3 times the size going out the back side of the block. Here is our bullets, and you can see the Velociter is a big old 40 grain bullet with a big old mushroom on it. Worked well, and the Velociter also mushroomed a good bit. but definitely not a big bullet compared to the Veloster. What do you guys think? We've tried this punch ammo in a couple different platforms. We've compared it against a lot of the popular types of ammo that are, you want to say self-defense for a 22? Let's say self-defense ammo for a 22. How do you think it stacks up? In today's testing, we saw a good bit of damage out of the pistol. It didn't blow up our small game simulator, our dog food, all that much, but I mean, it is out of a pistol. It loses a lot of velocity, and to be fair, the Veloster also did not blow anything up spectacularly either. And let me know. I'm curious to hear your opinions on the matter. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you next time.